Hi, I'm Pam, and today I'm going to share with you an activity called Green Spaces. In this lesson, students learn about the importance of green space. They first look at their own connection to green space and then design an imaginary city that meets both the green space needs and daily living needs of the city's residents. Green Spaces is a great fit for upper elementary grades and combines content and skills for science, social studies, and math. By completing this activity, students will be able to measure and graph how access to green spaces affects how they're feeling, explain why green space is important, and how a growing population can impact the availability of green space, and develop ways to establish more green space in an urban setting. The activity has two parts. Students will need graph paper or the provided template for part 1. For part 2, they'll use the student worksheet provided as part of the lesson. Students will explore how our time spent in green space impacts our well-being, not just physically, but also emotionally. For this part, students will spend some time outdoors. But before they do, they're asked to gauge their mood on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being very bad and 10 being excellent. They'll turn and talk to a partner in the classroom about how they're feeling at that moment, and all of those numbers will be recorded on a class mood chart on the board. Take your class outside and spend about 15 minutes outdoors. Encourage students to do something they enjoy, like drawing in a notebook, writing in a journal, playing a game, or reading a book. As they re-enter the classroom, students should turn and talk to their partner about how they're feeling and pick a new mood number. This would be recorded on the class mood board in a new column. Once the class mood board is filled in, students graph the data on 2 bar charts and look for differences and similarities in 2 data sets. Typically, students will see their mood numbers increase after spending time outdoors. Lead a discussion about why that may be and why green spaces are important. Part 2 simulates the challenging process of designing a city that features enough development to house and support all of its community members while also maintaining important green space. Students will be taking on the role of urban planners. We provide a student worksheet that walks students through the activity. The city planning grid on the worksheet represents a city with a population of 400 people. This grid is made up of 900 squares, and each square represents 1 block. Their goal is to have a block of green space for each resident of the city. First, students determine how many blocks of green space are currently in the city and if the green space goal is being met. Spoiler alert, there is not enough green space in the city. Then, students will need to determine ways that more green space could be allocated in the city so the goal of 1 green block per person can be achieved. Students' ideas may include replacing single-family homes with apartment buildings that fit more people in less space, ripping out unused parking lots to develop green space, or requiring some blocks to have rooftop gardens. They should make their changes realistic, no tearing out all the roads because we'll have flying cars, and give clear, detailed explanations of each, noting how many blocks of green space will be added to the city. On the final parts of the worksheet, students will design their own city with 1 block of green space per resident using the provided city planning grid. After students have completed this challenge, engage them in a discussion on what they experienced and learned. We provide a variety of discussion questions, including, why is it important for cities and towns to have green spaces? They may offer that green spaces can be used for exercise, walks, habitat for other species, and it makes us feel better, as we found in part 1. How do you think green spaces are impacted when the population of a city, state, or country grows? Sometimes green space may be replaced by development to support the building and transportation needs of more people. Hopefully, the activity will motivate students to appreciate the green spaces in their lives and see the need for maintaining and expanding these important resources, even in urban areas. I hope you enjoyed learning about the activity Green Spaces. For more classroom activities, visit populationeducation.org.